This is Dr. Kevin Maloney for St. Rita's Free Medical Clinic. For those of you who, I'm standing, I'm here with, I'm standing, I'm sitting, I'm lazy after I had a hard day. You people all are standing. These are my clinic volunteers. They're wonderful. They devote their Friday nights, give their time without compensation. They receive no pay. None of us at St. Rita's receive any pay for our services. It's completely volunteer. It's a free medical clinic that we hold in Mamaroneck every Friday evening. It's open to anybody who wants to come. We don't ask any questions. You just come, you can come to the clinic like you would go to your regular doctor's office and be treated for sore throats, bronchitis, a high blood pressure, whatever we can do. We're there to serve you. And especially now with hard economic times, I think that a lot of you should be aware that we changed the location of the clinic, and we're now at St. Thomas Church in Mamaroneck, which is the address is 168 West Boston Post Road. It's 2 blocks south of Mamaroneck Avenue on the Boston Post Road, on the opposite side from the water. It's a brown church. You can't miss it. For those of you who know where my office is, it's just 2 blocks south of my office. As I was saying, the volunteers here, I want to thank you all personally for all the dedication that you've had serving people when you could be enjoying your Friday evenings, and you've given it up to do a good deed. And I'm sure you'll be rewarded for doing it. If anybody would like to volunteer, you can call my office at 381-2091, ask to speak to Nancy, and we'd be glad to tell you how you can become a volunteer for the clinic. Again, the clinic location is at St. Thomas Church. It's 168 West Boston Post Road, Mamaroneck on the Boston Post Road, just south of the Mamaroneck Harbor. Every Friday evening, we see patients. You have to show up between 5:30 and 6. It's good to get there at 5:30. We take you on a first-come, first-served basis. We give physicals, we give childhood vaccinations, all is free of charge. We don't ask for a donation, anything. We subsist on community donations. If anybody would like to donate to the clinic, you can send a donation care of Sister Therese to 144 East Boston Post Road, Mamaroneck. Every year we also hold a Christmas party. And we give presents to between 2,000 and 3,000 children, believe it or not. It's become an enormous party. So we collect presents throughout the year. New toys can be dropped off all year long at my office. Nancy will be on with the volunteers shortly, and she'll show you where to drop them off. There's also a bin outside my office, and we give out clothing and used toys all year long, and we collect non-perishable food items. Those can be dropped off at the bin outside my office. If the bin is full, you can bring them into my office, and we distribute those also throughout the year. I want to thank the community for all your support through the years. This is the 20th anniversary of St. Rita's Free Medical Clinic. I couldn't certainly be doing it without the support of all my volunteers in the community, my patients, the schools, the police departments, the fire departments in the area who have helped out through the years. I especially want to thank Holy Trinity and St. Vito's, where we hold the Christmas party every year. The Christmas party, for those of you who are watching, we give out tons of toys. The community has been overly generous, so we don't just give a child a toy, we give them a handful of toys. And we make many child very happy at Christmas when they otherwise wouldn't have had a very happy Christmas. I want to especially thank St. Augustine's, the Ladies Auxiliary, who has given us a tremendous amount every year, the Salesian School, Father Benedict Rochelle, and Nancy is mouthing something to me. The Ursuline School, I'm sorry, who's wonderful every year. They give us a tremendous amount of gifts. Resurrection School for all their drives for the free clinic, and especially thank Resurrection School for all the turkeys and all the meals they provide to the patients at St. Rita's every Thanksgiving. I thank you all, and please, anybody watching, please use our services. I know these are hard economic times. A lot of people have lost their jobs, and lost their medical insurance. You can get everything done at St. Rita's Free Medical Clinic every Friday night. I'm there seeing the patients with my volunteers. We draw your blood there. We give you antibiotics when you're sick. As I said, physicals, all vaccinations to children. Swine flu, if anybody's interested this year and they didn't get their swine flu, we give that also free of charge to adults. So please, if you can, use our services. We're there to help you, and we're glad to do so. With that, I'm going to turn the mic over to Nancy Finelli, who is the clinic director, and she's going to introduce you to some of the volunteers. And I hope to see you either as a volunteer or as a patient if you need us at St. Rita's, and thank you for listening to me.
Hi, this is Nancy Finelli, your roving reporter for St. Rita's Free Medical Clinic. Been a long time since we've done one of these. I think probably the outside of the building has changed a little bit since we did the last one. A little paint job and a new awning. We're in front of Dr. Kevin Maloney's office. He's a super doctor, a truly altruistic man. He runs a free medical clinic every Friday evening at St. Thomas Episcopal Church at 168 West Boston Post Road. Absolutely free. We're inviting anyone who's in need of medical care to please come and join us. The doctor will take super care of you. Everything you need will be taken care of. If you're sick, he'll give you antibiotics. If you need x-rays or anything else, we have places we can refer you to, reduced prices, or other clinics that can treat you. This is Dr. Maloney's office, and the reason we're standing here is because we kind of coordinate the volunteers through this office. Anyone who's interested in volunteering, please give us a call, 914-381-2091. I'm standing with a number of wonderful volunteers who show up each week at St. Rita's Free Medical Clinic. They give their time through their hearts. Nothing is a greater feeling than to take care of people who are in need. We take care of the volunteers who call the office who would like to volunteer their services. We also collect gently used clothing and toys and non-perishable food items. Sarah, if you take a walk with me, I'll show you where we collect all that. We're here on the Boston Post Road. We're just a half a block north of the Mamaroneck Avenue, across the street from Brewer's Hardware. And the side of the building here, they're actually doing some work. Maybe we can get Sarah around this side to show the building. This is the St. Rita's bin. Opens quite big. We get lots of our patients come, lots of community members, and drop off clothing and toys and non-perishable food items. When we're really busy in the office, it's a nice, convenient way to share your generosity with people in need. We have a sign up here. It points and tells you that this is the bin for St. Rita's Free Medical Clinic. So if you're cleaning out your closets and would like to drop off some clothes or whatever you have at home, cleaning out your cupboards, we can use it. These items are greatly needed by a great number of people. The economy is in really bad shape. A lot of people don't have health insurance. A lot of people have lost their jobs, and we really appreciate any donation you can give us. Again, as Dr. Maloney did, I will remind you that he has a huge Christmas party every year, and thousands of children do attend. We rely on the donations of the community. Thank you very much. To help us give out new toys to every one of these children. No one is ever turned away. The children go out with arms full and bags full of toys, and everyone really has a great time, and it's through the generosity of people like you. Please, if you're bringing a new toy to the office, thank you. Please bring it inside. We don't want it to get damaged by the elements if it gets a real bad rainstorm or anything. We do collect the toys year-round, so anything you can give us would be greatly appreciated. What else can I say? We've got some great volunteers here. I have Pat Silva here. She's going to give you a little introduction to the clinic in Spanish. And as usual, 381-2091. It's the office number. And we're here at Dr. Maloney's office, 144 East Boston Post Road. The clinic's 2 blocks that away. Down south, 168 West Boston Post Road. I could never figure that out, north and south or east and west. But, okay, here we are. And we're going to have a nice show tonight. I've got some great people with me. They're all going to have a little bit to say with my egging on as usual. I'm going to have Pat go first. You want to do it here or you want to go down in front of St. Thomas? I think it's a beautiful building. We might go down there. Okay, just wanted to give you a glimpse of the bin. Please do drop off your excess clothing, toys, any food you can donate. We'd greatly appreciate it. The community is really needing it at this time, and I think we can all give a little bit from our hearts. It's a generous way to give, and it doesn't hurt our pocketbooks too much. So please help us out. Again, Dr. Maloney kind of told you a little bit about the clinic. It's a free medical clinic. We do physicals for work, physicals for children at school, vaccinations. I have wonderful nurses here who will tell you about the vaccination program. Anyone who's sick comes by, free antibiotics. Everything at the clinic is free, and all these people you see here are not paid. Nobody gets paid anything. We rely on the generous support of the community. I keep saying that, but everything is run on donations. So if you would like to make a donation, it is tax deductible. Please send it to Dr. Maloney's office, 144 East Boston Post Road, Mamaroneck, care of Sister Therese Wargans. I think you all remember her. Okay, before we move on down the street, one of my volunteers has to run away, so I wanted you to get a little introduction to one of them. This is Sarah Yetarian. Sarah has a couple of teenage children. She's been a long-time patient of Dr. Maloney's. I knew Sarah way back when. We went to graduate school together, but I just wanted Sarah to tell a little bit about why she became a volunteer at St. Rita's Clinic and what she's getting out of it and what the patients she sees are getting out of it.
Thanks, Nan. Yes, we did go to school together. Very, very quickly, I've been a New Rochelle resident for 24 years. I've been a patient of Dr. Maloney's for 18, and I wouldn't trade a minute of time with him. He has given our family so much, given so many other families so much, and I wanted to start helping out at St. Rita's Clinic only because I can't think of a greater way to give back to Dr. Maloney and to the community. He's given us so much, and it just made such good sense. Just a few hours every Friday night, and I have met the most fabulous people, so I've been the lucky one. I've been the blessed one. So please come down and volunteer. Come down if you need assistance or help, anything that you're concerned about. We would love to see you and meet you. Thanks, Nan.
You're welcome. Take care. Thank you for coming. Our chief volunteer, he gathers everyone up, and he gets things going and keeps things organized for us. This is Samir Caton. I'll let you have a talk.
Hello everybody, my name is Samir Caton. I live in the community, and I see Dr. Maloney or anything I need to be examined for. And then I volunteer for the clinic he has in St. Thomas Church, and we do our best for everybody who comes in, young, medium, old, whatever. Anybody who's welcome to come into the clinic, and Dr. Maloney will take care of them from A to Z. Thank you very much.
Okay, we are here now at St. Thomas Church. Our magnificent photographer is taking a pan of the church on the hill there. That's St. Thomas Episcopal Church. We're standing in front of Heathcote Hall. That was a little mouthful. St. Thomas Church has generously donated this facility for us on Friday nights to hold St. Rita's Free Medical Clinic. We've kind of been a MASH unit. We've moved around from church to church as they've needed the space for other activities, preschools, French schools, every other thing you can imagine. We've had to move around, and St. Thomas's has been very generous with us, donated this area for us to use. And it's very centrally located. We're right on the Boston Post Road, about a block and a half south of Mamaroneck Avenue. Easily accessible, public transportation, cars, whatever. And again, as Dr. Maloney told you, we invite anyone who's in need of medical care, please come out on Friday nights. You will be well taken care of. Dr. Maloney's a wonderful doctor. These wonderful volunteers here will attend to your every need, and the service is here for you, the people who need it, and anyone who needs it. If it's a temporary thing, if you're out of work temporarily, if you've lost your health insurance, it's here, it's free. Please use it. If you'd like to volunteer, as these wonderful people have, please call the office at 381-2091. I'll be glad to take names, pass them on to those who are in the know and can tell you where you're needed. Volunteers come about 5:30 on Friday nights, and the patients come about 6 o'clock to register. Dr. Maloney sees every single patient who comes. No one is ever turned away. And as I said, we're here to serve you. I'd like to interview a few people. This is Pat Silva. She's going to talk a little bit in Spanish to the Spanish population. Pat, tell us a little bit about what it's like to be a volunteer here, what we offer, and how we can help.
Thank you very much. Greetings, everyone. Being a volunteer for Dr. Maloney has been such a rewarding experiment. Can I cut it? Can I cut it? I don't want. Are they going to edit it?
Go ahead, it'll be edited.
Experience, and it's been wonderful. Everyone here is very, very kind and caring. The patients are seeing all the time, as Nancy said, and Dr. Maloney is wonderful. He offers a great deal of care for everyone, and no one's turned away, like she said. And what I came in because Dr. Maloney has been so wonderful with me and my family, and I've made such a wonderful so many wonderful friends, and so many things have happened since I've been here, and the experience has been so rewarding, and I am extremely, extremely happy to be part of something so wonderful. And I encourage everyone to either volunteer or help us out, because it's just a wonderful, wonderful thing to be part of. Thank you.
What happened to the Spanish?
Okay, I'm going to Spanish now. Okay.
Break it up to now.
Okay. Okay, buenas tardes, me llamo Patricia y soy una de las voluntarias para el Dr. Maloney. Nosotros tenemos una clínica que es gratis y está localizada en Boston Post Road, a 2 cuadras de la oficina de Dr. Maloney. Lo apreciaríamos mucho si alguien pudiera ser voluntario y si nos podrían ayudar con juguetes, ropa o dinero para nuestra clínica. Es una experiencia excelente. El doctor es una persona muy buena, muy cariñosa. Les ayudamos a todos, tengan o no tengan dinero, eso no es importante. Y esperamos que todos vengan a la clínica. La clínica está en la iglesia de San Tomás y está en el 168 de Boston Post Road. El teléfono de la oficina de Dr. Maloney es el 381-2091 y pueden llamar a Nancy y pedirle cualquier información que necesiten. También la clínica se abre todos los viernes y empieza a las 6 de la tarde, y a las personas que necesitan exámenes físicos, cualquier cosa médica, los atendemos siempre a todos y estamos aquí con mucho gusto para ayudarles y atenderles siempre. Muchas gracias, es un placer servirles y por favor llámenos y traten de venir y vernos, y esta clínica es algo muy excelente y muy bonito, y es algo muy especial ser parte de esto. Muchas gracias.
And thank you, Pat. Okay, and I actually understood everything you were saying. I'm getting better. Samir, do you want to say anything else while we're here?
Well, I said before, and I'm really very happy to be a volunteer for Dr. Maloney. And like Pat says, 5:30 to 6 o'clock, the registration. And then we take anybody who's online after that. And we try to take care of all the people in the area over here. Like I said, young and old and older. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. I think something that's important to understand is you don't have to have a medical background to be a volunteer. Anything you have an expertise in, anything you don't have an expertise in, and you would just like to give of your time, it would be greatly appreciated. We do have some professionals here who are in the medical field. We have a nurse here, Dolores Conforti.
Hello, everybody. I'm one of the nurses that volunteers at Dr. Maloney's clinic, and I think it's a wonderful service that they do to the community, and I'm very happy to be here. And Dr. Maloney, as everyone has said, is really wonderful with the help that he gives everyone. Thank you.
Okay. I'm going this way. Would you like to go next? Tell us a little bit about the vaccination program. Please give your name and talk a little bit about it.
I'm Ann Lamagna. I'm also a nurse, and my friend and I here, we were school nurses, so we were aware of the necessity of vaccinations for children to start school. And because of this clinic, many of these young people can start school, because sometimes it's difficult to get an appointment either at a clinic or at a doctor's office. So we are really helping the community and the children to start school when it's necessary. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ann. And Mrs. Barbara Torina, she's also here to help us out.
Thank you. It was about 15 years ago when my son needed a project for confirmation at St. John and Paul, and he chose Dr. Maloney to work with, to volunteer for. Subsequently, he learned how to take EKGs and blood pressure. He was very, very helpful, and Dr. Maloney taught him so much that he graduated just last Friday, and he is now attending plastic surgeon at Mount Sinai. So it all happened right here with Dr. Maloney 15 years ago. And also my daughter, she ran a program, a fundraiser for Dr. Maloney. She taught physical exercises and dancing one summer with the group over at Holy Trinity Church, and she raised about $600 that summer. Now what I do here, Dr. Maloney called me. We've been one of his patients for many, many years. And he asked my husband Phil and I to come and help him out on Friday nights. At that time, I take EKGs and a number of other things. Wherever we needed, we help out. We do filing, we do taping on the floor, we do eye examinations, and I think Phil will tell you some more of what he does. Phil Torina.
Thank you. Yes, and this may become a pre-elective to becoming a plastic surgeon. Because PJ, my son, our son, enjoyed working with Dr. Maloney. He's a joy to work with and a joy to be with. And he shows that same love for all of the patients that come here on those Friday nights. And if you can be here between 5:30 and 6, it's important because a lot of people come later than 6 o'clock and find themselves having to be turned away because we do have a lot of people that come here. So try to make the hours 5:30 to 6 and try to be punctual about that. That's all I can say, and thank you for your time.
Yes, and I want to get our filmer in, so I think we're going to turn over, and I'm going to give the mic back to Pat. She has something else to say, and I do want to get Christopher in here because he's a young man who's been volunteering for us for a number of years, and when you see him, you'll understand what I'm saying. He is a young man. He's been here for many years. I can think of 5 or 6, right, Chris? 5. Okay. So he's been doing this for quite a while. As Tarina said, their children started young. Chris started young. And anyone is welcome. I mean, I think we need to emphasize Dr. Maloney is a family practitioner. He treats patients from infants to older people, to put it gracefully. Us. Any age is welcome, and anyone in any kind of need is treated medically and taken care of to the fullest. We do try not to turn anyone away. Anyone who is here at the specified time is seen. You can tell we're at a church.
That's a ditto from God, man.
Yes, it is. I have not only volunteered at the clinic for about 12 years, I've also worked for Dr. Maloney at that time. I want to emphasize those of you who have never been his patient or don't know him, he's a truly wonderful man. I think each and every one of us is here because he has done something special for us as patients, as a truly altruistic man. St. Rita's Free Clinic was opened and started from the bottom of his heart. He did this because of his great concern for people, his true belief in the medical profession as his way to serve not only God, but to serve the patients, and he does it truly from his heart. He has a great concern. He's always following up on his patients. He has great concern and care for his patients. No need is ever left. So if you have any kind of medical need, please come to the clinic. Dr. Maloney will take excellent care of you, and we're all here to help. So please come by, do what you need to do to come in, be here between 5:30 and 6 on Friday nights. And again, I remind you that I just got at a loss for words. Can you believe it, me? Okay, I think I'll go back to that one for a minute. You know, Dr. Maloney might be a little hard on me in the office and stuff, and it's only because of his great care for his patients. And that was just a little pun when he yells out my name, Nancy. It's because he's taking care of his patients. And that was pretty funny, though. I hate to keep saying but we're all here to serve you, and that's what we're here to do. I want to go back a little bit because besides taking care of the medical needs, we do have the clothing collection, the toy collection, the food collection. We are here to serve the community. And anyone who needs it, please take advantage of it. You won't find many places that are around like this. And it is our goal to serve. For you, those of you who don't need the service, please help us out any way you can. I want to go back to the Christmas party a little bit because I truly remember my first experience at a St. Rita's Christmas party when I went, holy moly. There were hundreds and hundreds of kids. We've now expanded to thousands and thousands of kids. I think last year there were upwards close to 4,000. It went on and on and on all night. Every single child left with arms full of toys, brand new toys. And I want to remind everyone that a lot of these children, this may be the only presents they get for Christmas. And I want to remind anyone who would like to volunteer to help out for that, you will never, ever have a more charitable feeling in your heart for what happens that night or any other time at the clinic. The children, you can't imagine the joy on a child's face who knows that they may not have any other toys for Christmas to walk out with arms full of new toys. We've been very, very lucky that the community has been so generous with us, and that's why I remind you that we do collect the new toys year-round. Please, if you're out in a store and you see a great sale going on, pick up an extra one for St. Rita's. Your children, your grandchildren, they will love it and appreciate it. So will the child who you don't know who's going to receive this toy and may not have anything else. It's a truly, truly wonderful feeling. I think we've covered pretty much everything except I want to get Christopher over here, and I'm going to get him in a minute. I think I know a lot of you kids in high school have to do community service. I want you to know that you have a certain amount of time to do, and I think it's 100 hours or something because I sign forms all the time for the kids who show up here. But I also want you to know that there are children out here and I don't want to call him a child. He is a teenager. He's an adolescent. He's on his way to becoming a young man. He's been here for 5 years, and this is all through his own generosity, his own feelings. Okay, well, I think we're back on. Pat would like to say one more thing, and then I'm going to talk to Chris a little bit.
Okay, thank you so much. What I wanted to emphasize before, and I didn't get a chance to, is the fact that I'm also Dr. Maloney's patient, and he made such a big difference in my life. He's so caring, and everyone, Nancy, you're wonderful. And just the volunteers are a bunch of wonderful, wonderful, caring people. And I'm just going to say a couple of things in Spanish. El doctor Maloney es una persona excelente, es una persona que da tanto a la comunidad y tenemos mucha suerte de conocerlo y de ser parte de esto, que es algo tan especial para todos los que somos parte de ser voluntarios y ayudar en esta situación. Por favor, si tiene cualquier manera de ayudarnos, lo apreciaríamos mucho. Muchas gracias y le doy el micrófono.
And muchas gracias to you too. Thank you. Okay. I have Christopher here. This is Anne Lamagna's grandson. Christopher, as I said, he's been coming for 5 years. And Chris, what made you start coming?
Well, I actually had a confirmation project to do. I needed to do about 7 hours of community service. Came here for a few weeknights, and I enjoyed what I was able to do. How about the community? Dr. Maloney is a great guy to be around. He does what needs to be done with the patients. He does it with great passion with what he does, and he's able to keep people involved, and he keeps everything running smoothly around here. We have an excellent operation. We have people that do blood pressures, height and weights, vaccinations. Dr. Maloney does physicals and everything that needs to be done with schools and for work. And it's understandable that with the economy that people need to stop by, and with the lack of health insurance, you need to stop by, get free medical care. And Dr. Maloney runs a great operation here. He's able to reach out to a lot of families within the community, and does a great thing.
So what kept you coming back after those 7 hours you used up?
Well, it was all say that, or sure, why not? It was all being around with Dr. Maloney, and really I enjoyed what I was able to do, help out with the community, and it gives you a good feeling inside to know that you were able to do something that can really help a lot of people. So.
I think you're a wonderful young man. I think, as I said, at the confirmation project, 7 hours. Some of the high schools do 100 hours. Some of them do 30. Whatever they do, I think the country is moving towards recognition that community service is a part of our lives, and the fact that you've stuck to it and continued on for 5 years, well past those 7 hours that you needed, which you probably used up in about 2 or 3 weeks, it says a lot, and it says a lot about your character. And I like to say, like a lot of people, especially those of us who have raised teenagers, have said, "Oh my God," but you know what? I've seen an amazing turnaround with teenagers these days, and I see a lot of them like you doing their community service, continuing in it, helping other people, and I just want you to remember that that's what we're all about. If you need us, please come. As usual, I'm not usually at a loss for words, but since we have so many people here tonight, and I'd just like to ask anybody want to add anything to what they've already said?
I wanted to add one more comment about my daughter, who was the person who gave personal training. She went off to college to become a nutritionist. She got her master's and became a physician's assistant, and right now she does orthopedic and neurosurgery at Greenwich Hospital. And it all started right here with Dr. Maloney and his crew when she got to know Dr. Maloney and the wonderful people that work with him and for him. Thank you again.
This is the proving ground here. This is the minor league about to become major league for the young people. And my son became was altruistic, and that's the nature of this wonderful Dr. Maloney and his people. Altruism, giving people hope, and that's what he does, and that's what we all try to do. And God bless.